Okay, so my name is Carrie O'Toole, and I'm just going to tell you a story about growing up in my home. And we had a lot of little rules in our house. Don't know if you guys had rules growing up, but I'm going to share a few with you and see if maybe you had something similar. Did you ever have the one about don't cross the street before? Thank you, good, you all know that one. How about don't run with? Scissors. Oh, good, yay. Did you ever hear this one? If you keep on crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. There you go. Or when you're in the car, did dad or mom ever turn around and say, do you want me to come back there or stop the car? Okay, well, we had another weird one that I don't know if you ever heard, but if a dog is chasing you, just stand there and it'll run on by. And I'm thinking, okay, don't know why we heard that rule, why anybody ever thought you needed that rule, but I heard that rule. So, never thought I'd ever need that rule, but one day we were camping. My family was big into camping when I was growing up. We camped in tents all the time, and sometimes we went to people's cabins. We continued that tradition to this day. Katie and Brendan have camped with us ever since they were born, but we, instead of tent camping, have gotten a little tent trailer, so we're up off the ground and we have a heater and let's see, what else do we have? Air conditioning and a microwave and a potty and a shower. It's like luxury camping, you know, I don't like to be on the dirt on the floor. But anyway, so growing up, we went to some friend's cabin in a little town called Tin Cup, Colorado. Anybody know where that is?
I feel like I've heard of it.
Way high up. It's past Gunnison, way up in the mountains. It sort of reminds me of Walnut Grove and from Little House on the Prairie. I wanted to be Laura Ingalls, so you know, for me it was really fun to get to go to Tin Cup every summer. They had these rustic cabins which were much more rustic than we camp. There was no hot water, there was no potty, you had to go outside to the outhouse. There was just a stove, you'd cook over the little open stove. But during the day, we'd wander around town, and there's a little general store just like in Walnut Grove, and they had a little one-room schoolhouse that also was the church on Sunday, and on Friday nights they had full town dances and all of that. During the day, what do kids do? We had nothing to do, so we ran around and ran through the creek beds, and we swang off this rope into the pond, and it was awesome. We just loved it. One day, we were out there, I don't know how many of us, 10 or 15 kids, just playing a great game of hide and seek. And I'm the one who's it. So I'm standing there in the middle of this big open field counting. And everybody starts taking off, dashing away to go run and hide. And there all around the field was trees and rocks and great places to hide. So I'm counting, and I hear this animal off in the distance. Don't know what it is, but I'm 8 or 9 and I'm thinking it's a wolf beast of some kind. And I look up, which I'm a rule follower, so to look up when you're counting, you know, when you're it, I'm already breaking the rules here. But I look up and there's this wild beast of an animal up there, and I see him baring his teeth. And I'm thinking, this must be his field, and he doesn't really like us playing in his field. But I thought, I'll just see what he does. I keep counting, the kids are all running. Pretty soon the dog starts running. My brain, I'm thinking, I know this rule. Hey, stand here. I'm gonna stand. Those poor children, they're all running. That dog is gonna take one of those kids down. Poor children. I stand there. And I'm just confident because I know the rule. And this dog is running, and he's running right at me, but I'm thinking he's going to fly right on by and go tackle one of those poor, helpless children. I'm standing, and pretty soon I feel this breath on my back. And then I feel right in my rear end. I'm the only one who stands, and the dog takes me down. I don't know how they did it, but the kids all finally got this dog off me and back to the cabin, and there's no hot water, so we had to boil water to sit in this freestanding tub, and they're trying to clean out my flesh wound. And hopefully all the boy children went home, but my mom was there helping me out. And the dad who owned this cabin grabbed his shotgun and said, I'm going to find that dog, and he went out and was off to find the dog. When he came back, I was very relieved to know the dog did not have rabies, because I thought I was going to have those shots in your stomach. Thankfully, the dog did not have rabies. So the dad told everybody, he had warned the owners of this dog that if that dog ever came back, he would kill it. And I was thinking, what if another kid just stands there and lets it bite him in the rear end? So I was thinking about, is there a moral to this story or a lesson to be learned? And all I could think was, don't listen to your mother, or rules are made to be broken. There's really no moral, but I just really hope that you enjoyed getting to hear a story where I was the butt of the joke. Thank you.